Hey Wolfpack, how's it going? Great to see you today. The wind is blowing, so hopefully the internet will behave for us today. It was a little wonky yesterday, but we'll give it a go. So welcome to Behind the Scenes. I'm Angela Wolf. If you've never been here before, say hi, say where you're from. I'm live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. And today we are starting our Chloe Trench sew-along. Now I know many of you have already made that, maybe once or twice, or like 4 times in my case. But I'm always trying to come up with something cool, and I'm a little torn. So I'm going to have to take your vote on how I finish this jacket. All right? So I just want to make sure I can see you all. You can all hear me. That's always like the good sound test. Hey, Deborah. I see Cindy. Bev, you are here first and foremost. Great to see you. All right, everybody in? It looks good. Okay. Hey, Arnell, great to see you. Great to see you also. By the way, just a couple pieces of news before we get rolling. Fashion Sewing Club, we have our live session tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. I already added you to the group, but I saw that there were a few new members this week, so welcome. And I'll be adding you to the live session tomorrow. So tomorrow's session is all about darts. We're going to focus on, first of all, the meaning of darts, how to sew them correctly so you don't end up with little points everywhere, and a few things like that. So it's all about darts. But I have a surprise for the Fashion Sewing Club. Do you remember the top that I wore last week? Yeah, the really cute one with the Delilah with the trim going down. Well, I think it was Arnell and a few others said, hey, wait, we have to do a sew along with this. And I was like, yeah, we do. So Fashion Sewing Club, tomorrow's darts, and then starting after that, we're going to do 2 weeks of doing a sew along with the Delilah. I know many of you already have the pattern, which you don't even have to use that pattern. You could use another. I'm going to show you how I added the trim, how I attached it, all the fun things like that. So I thought you would love that. So that's a little surprise for the Fashion Sewing Club. All right, what else for the news? That's about it. Okay, so check out this fabric I found. Let me just bring this up here for you. I think it's on, gotta remember which camera it is. All right, so do you remember this fabric? It's in the app, and I will double check that it's still in the app because I found a couple more bolts. Some of you have already purchased this. I had this a few months back. I was saving it for a fabulous project. I couldn't think of what it would be saved for, but I found it. Hey, Susan, I'm glad you guys, by the way, made it to the storms. A lot of you were in that path. I keep getting emails that half of my neighbors are out of power. So I'm really grateful that I missed that. Otherwise, I'd be missing all of you. All right, so do you remember this fabric? I know, Arno, I knew you'd be happy about that. All right, so here it is. And this is a tweed. So let's just take a quick look because a couple of things I'm going to teach you in this sew along is not only how to cut your pattern with the beautiful tweed, we're going to be adding embroidered trim. Now, you don't have to do that, of course. Not all of you have embroidery machines, but I love this fabric. I wanted something a little lighter weight. I can also wear this with black pants, a black skirt. I could make a coordinating skirt, which is kind of my idea. So I've got brown, and it's kind of a houndstooth print. It's the makeup of the fabric, I want to say it was a rayon and polyester because it doesn't wrinkle hardly at all. I won't need to line it. It's not itchy against the skin. And then here's the navy and black. Both of these are on the app if you're looking for them. If they're not, I'll check right when I get off here and make sure that I count the yards that are left after I'm done cutting. But I'm going to make, I haven't decided which one. I might actually make both, but I know. What do you see that would look really cool with this that would make it unique? I think you can see this one better, so I'll leave this one open. I'm probably going to make the navy, but this would make a great fall jacket as well. Okay, I'll give you a hint. So here's the pattern we're making. And thank you all for those that ordered them. I shipped them all out and signed them for you. All right, do I have any guesses? I agree, Susan. I think it'll look really rich. So not only will that garment look great as a Chloe trench, it's a loose-fitting jacket. It would look great with jeans. You can dress it up with a skirt or a dress or whatever. I wanted something that I could dress up or dress down. All right, there goes my chair again. The one that goes up and down. Yeah, it's losing its air. So I'll see if any of you guessed it. I'm very excited for this too. Okay. Embroidery, of course. Of course, we're going to add embroidery. What kind of embroidery? Well, when I was playing around with this just a little bit, I was thinking, okay, what would look really cool with this fabric? Now, there's the new embroidery designs with Brother, and they're huge. Now, many of you also buy designs for embroidery. They don't have to be huge. So I'll give you a quick look of one that I was thinking about. So I'm debating, and I'm going to let you vote. See if I think it's on this camera here. All right, so I'll meet you over there, and then you let me know what you think. I'll give you the options. Everybody's loving the blue. Yeah, so I saw Cindy say that's pretty formal. Not when I'm finished with it. I'm going to make it where I can dress it up and dress it down. Okay, so here's one option. And I've been playing with these designs. I'm not going to embroider them live because they take about, I don't know, 2 hours maybe, 3 hours. Depends how many cups of coffee I have, right? All right, so in here under embroidery, there's the new section. And there's a few in here. You saw this one here. This is the one I used for my sleeves on my dress. Remember this? It starts like that. Let me bring you in just a little bit here. Full disclosure, yes, I am a Brother brand ambassador, so got to say that. And there was the middle part, and there was the end. I changed the colors on it, but it turned out really cool. I didn't find that I want that on the jacket. So if I go back, there were a few other options here. This one's kind of cool. And this one is one big long design. There's the first part. There's the second part. And there's the third. That would make an amazing sleeve, right? There's the full design there, but still takes it apart. So I think this design took, yeah, a long time. And I think the other one I was debating on, was it this one? Yeah, this one. So you can see the beginning of this. Look at the fullness of that. Then it goes down to here, and then it goes down to a little point. That would look really cool on a sleeve. So I'm thinking on the design for the jacket, if I do the sleeves or the inside lapel. That's one idea. Another idea I had with this, I was playing around with this just a little bit. For those of you that don't know some of the cool things on here, the more you play, the more you learn. But they have got this no sew feature now. So if I didn't want this quite that dense, I was kind of playing around. Let's see, what if I took away like that color? When I click no sew, it disappears. I didn't even notice that one disappeared. Let's see what, when I take that one away, it's like part of my butterfly. That would be weird, but I could take the butterfly totally off if I wanted to. So I was playing around with taking away some of the colors to see if I could make it quite not so dense. I'm kind of iffy at that so far, but it's fun to play because then see how different that made some of the flowers, and then I could bring it back. So that's one thing I was playing with. So let me just give you a sketch. If you decide to do this, if you decide to add embroidery like that, I'll bring you right here. I'm just going to give you some tips, and then I'll tell you what I think I've decided to do. All right. Hopefully the blinky camera behaves today. Remember, these are the fabrics from last week. They haven't gone far. All right, grab my sketch pads. This is my Fashion Sewing Club corner. All right, a couple things. If you decide to add this embroidery, or any embroidery, doesn't have to be the long embroidery, what I would do is after you cut your sleeve out, before you cut your sleeve out, I'm sorry. Here's your fabric. Take your sleeve pattern. Now, it's a 2-piece sleeve, and chalk it in on the fabric. It will look something like that. And then here's the lower sleeve will look something like this. I don't know why I'm using dotted lines, maybe so you can know I was chalking. Is it something new for the day, huh? All right, I would chalk this in. Then I would, depending on what embroidery machine you have, if you have something like the Luminaire or the Dream Machine where you can scan in your fabric and you can see those chalk marks, you can place your design. So say it's a big flower and a bigger flower, and then it goes down into a point. You can place that on your sleeve so you can see exactly where it's going to look. And that's how I've always done it in the past. Even with not even a huge long design. You've seen some things I've done with my collections, the collections I've done with Dime. Well, what did I do? I just went through and pieced together a few pieces here and then down here and then here. What I like to do is sketch it on my sleeve first. So if you can print the embroidery design, that's always a great way to lay it and figure out how it's going to work. But I always chalk mark my pattern first, because what happens when you embroider it, sometimes if you have a fabric that stretches, it might change the handle of the fabric, and you want to make sure that after you embroider, your sleeve isn't too tight. So I would do the same thing for if this was my facing piece, because that can be a little skinny down here. You're not going to see all of that, but the jacket does flip open. So if I were to add embroidery here, I would probably add it somewhere through here and then a little bit down. Placing it, that's your facing piece. So the facing piece is what opens on the jacket, remember? I wouldn't bother with the outside of the jacket because that piece is always hanging open. At least up here it is. And then the other piece you would probably want to embroider is the upper collar. That's a beautiful sketch, isn't it? Make sure if you want it to be asymmetrical that you do the same thing. What I would do is probably mark the center of my collar, embroider this side, and whatever I embroidered, mirror image it and put it here. So let's just take a quick look at the pattern again just to show you what I mean by that. And then I'll take your questions. All right. So if you're looking at this on the cover, which I don't usually wear this even tied very often. I usually have it open with the tie hanging. So you can see the facing here is what's going to show. The upper collar will show. And if this jacket hangs open a little bit, you're going to see that entire facing piece. Another option would be to put it on the outside as well, so that way you'd have it there. But I just thought this would be a little more subtle. So facing, collar, and sleeve. I could also extend it on the belt if I want to get carried away. But so here's with it closed. You remember that picture of the wax canvas? That was a cool picture. Let me see if I can find a photo of, nope, just these, which is, there's a little bigger one. So again, the sleeve, the facing piece, and the collar. And you'd have to chalk those in and do those before you cut out your fabric. Now, a couple things about that. For all of my embroidery gurus out there, and then I'll check to see what questions you have too. All right, so a couple of things you have to think about that. Well, what about interfacing? Because the facing piece requires interfacing. Now, what kind of interfacing? I usually use a Fusion-Knit or a medium weight fusible interfacing. Okay, it holds the fabric nicely. It also depends on how thick your fabric is. But if you're using fusible interfacing, I would put that on before I embroider. It will give stability on that fabric. And what stabilizer would I use for embroidery? It really depends on the design. I might use a sticky back, lightweight tearaway. If I'm going to have interfacing on it already, I might just use a wash away, but it depends. Can you even wash your fabric? If you can't, you definitely don't want to use a wash away. The other thing you have to be careful of is you want that design to be structured. So if you've embroidered the collar, if you've embroidered the inside, it's going to have a little structure to it. So I would probably vie for the tearaway, lightweight tearaway stabilizer for the jacket. That way, you're not going to see it anyways. Now, what about the sleeves? If you embroider the sleeves and have all that stabilizer going down the side, then what happens? You're going to see that stabilizer on the inside. So I would recommend, and this also brings me to one topic, if you pick a fabric with a jacket that you're trying on and you have a hard time getting your arms in and out, maybe your fabric sticks or something like that, you might want to line just the sleeves. It's simple to do. You will cut the lining exactly the same as the outside sleeve, except you'll take away, I think off the top of my head, I think it's 1.5 inches. I usually will cut my lining the same length as my finished jacket sleeve. That way, when I turn up my hem on my jacket, my lining will just barely go down on that. It won't hang out the bottom. Makes sense? Now, if you cut them both the same, it's no big deal. You just trim off 1 inch or 1.5 inches off of your lining. It's totally your preference. But if you're going to embroider the sleeves, you have to keep that in mind. You're going to be able to see all of that junk on the back. Now, who's going to see that? Well, if you open your jacket and you lay it open on a chair, like at dinner or something, someone's going to see that. All right, what questions do you have before I move on to a few other fun things to keep in mind, and then I'll tell you what I think I'm going to do. Oh, there you are, Cindy. Well, we'll see. It might be formal. It might be. All right, any questions for me as I go through this? Is that fabric heavy enough to make slacks or pants? Oh, yeah. It's not heavy. It's a very medium weight fabric. That tweed is. Let me see if I have my phone. If I have it on the app, if I don't, I'll measure the yardage because I'm pretty sure I could have sworn I ordered another bolt of each of those. I've gotten some fabric in, but not everything that I wanted yet. So, by the way, if you want to get to the Angela Wolf app, it's right there, right here at the top, Angela Wolf, there. I can never tell if I'm mirror imaged. And then on there, you log in, and let me see if that tweet is here. There it is. Oh, it's still on sale. I didn't even know it was on sale. If you scroll down right here, just take a quick look. I think I've got like a light right on there. There they are. There's a blue and a brown. Let me see. It's sold by the half yard. It's 63% polyester, 34% rayon, and 3% spandex. I don't feel the stretch in it, so it's more of like a comfort thing. It looks like it's on sale for $9.95 instead of $12.95. So Fashion Sewing Club members, you all know that you get 10% more off of a sale price. Not your usual like 25 or 30, but you still get another 10. And then here's the caramel. Yeah. Does that make sense, Deb? And also, this is actually machine washable, which I love. So I could technically machine wash it. Now, my other jackets for the Chloe Trench, my Ponte knit, I've washed it twice in cool water and then hung it to dry because I didn't want to stretch out all the interfacing and stuff like that. Okay. All right. Let me see what other questions you have. See if I can get this light off of my glasses so I can actually see. Oh, Barb, you thought that was part of that's really funny. All right, let me turn these two little lights off. Then it won't hit my glasses. Hey, Amy, great to see you. It is hard to see the navy, Lori. That's what I was worried about. Ooh, the Evelyn. Hi, Marianne. Hey, I saw that Marianne and Pam had a meetup. Where did you guys meet, Marianne? Somewhere in Washington. That looked very fun. I was very excited to see that. I love it when the Wolfpack members meet and make friends. Lori, how do you get the pattern? Just go to angelawolfpatterns.com. And there's a PDF and there's also the printed version. And I mail like right away, so you'll get it in a couple days. I think I have that right here somewhere to bring up for you. Got way too many old stuff in here. Here, just go to angelawolf.com and click on shopping. How's that? I should probably give away another pattern. This time it's going to be the PDF version. So anybody who does not have the Chloe that would like to win the PDF version, all you have to do is mention #Wolfpack in the comments. Oh, Rose is Pam. That's cool. It reminds me of my dad, actually, and my grandmother. and win, because he's been buying a lot of roses lately. I haven't been going anywhere. All right, as you're guessing, I would love for you guys to guess what you think I'm going to do to that tweed. Hey, Patty, on the Stellaire, now, do you work with like other software at all? Because I know you can make bigger designs with PE Design. I'm not very good at that. Cindy Hogan is a pro. But also, Patty, all the designs you've ever seen me do on my sleeves, I've actually used little designs and pieced them together. So that's a great way to do that. Then you can kind of put a few designs here, maybe one down here and one down here. And that way, however much you want to fill on the collar, I don't know, it's pretty cool. And I don't know if iBroidery is going to have some of those bigger designs. I don't know. But as soon as I find out, Patty, I'll let you know. I was thinking the back too, Susie. I was thinking the back would look really good with that embroidery. All right, what other questions do you have for me? And I haven't seen anybody guess what you think I'm going to do with my jacket yet. So I'm just waiting to see what you say. Hey, Janet, happy belated birthday, by the way. I was typing away and then I got sidetracked because my phone rang. So happy birthday. Anybody else in the Wolf Pack have a birthday coming up this week? I agree, Patty, but wait till you hear what I'm going to do. Hey, Jan. I was just thinking of you the other day as well, speaking of roses, because that beautiful bookmark that you made me, I use it immensely. And the other day I was thinking, I should send Jan a message. You're on book number 3 now, just to let you know. Hey, Shirley, don't worry. You can go back and watch the replay. Okay, here's a question. Lois, do you have the Fusion interfacing back in stock in the black? Lois, yes, I do. And it should be on the website. So if it's not, obviously, and I can't remember who I cut the 3 yards for. I think she sent me an email, but I have to go back and check because I'm just catching up on those today. If you want black instead of white interfacing when you order it, just leave in the comments, I want black. And if I'm out of black, I'll refund your money. But if I have black, I'll just cut you black because I have both colors. Question, is there an update for the XP2? Oh, yeah, Judy, there is. It's called the XP3 update, which will make your XP2 exactly like the XP3 that I just was working on. It updates all the designs, all the new tapering stitches, all of that. So there is. Just check with your brother dealer on that. So interfacing is needed. Yes, and you'd want, make sure I bring that up. Yeah. You'd want a lightweight to a medium weight. I usually prefer a lighter weight because it's not like a really starched collar. You just need something to stabilize the collar and the facing as it opens. And however much you need is on the pattern. And don't forget, though, that you can also have, check how wide your interfacing is. All of mine is 60-inch wide, which is great because you can cut a lot. But if you go to some of the stores, sometimes it's only 20 inches wide, which means you need like almost 10 yards because it's a longer jacket. Hey, Karen, how are you? Your jacket material is broadcloth and seams thin. All right, let me put my glasses on. Make this a little bigger or put my glasses on, one or the other. Give it more body. Is that okay? Or should I use a woven interfacing? If your material is super thin, you're probably, because you're not adding interfacing to the whole jacket, I would probably go with the Fusion Knit because you want it to complement the rest of the jacket. If you use a woven interfacing, I'm just afraid it's going to be super stiff in one area and the rest of the jacket is not. Oh, yeah, Susie, did she say update? There is an update that's free. Yes, and the upgrade you pay for. Thanks for that, for the lady that asked about the XP3. Debbie. Hey, great to see you, Deb. Question about the jacket itself. What fabric do you recommend for making a muslin? So I usually use just a medium weight muslin fabric. I have a ton of that too. So if you're looking for some, I do have that on my site. I think it's 60-inch wide, Deb. But if you go to the store, just feel for, like it could be a quilting cotton, anything like that, but I would go with a medium weight. Lightweight's a little bit too thin to kind of see how the jacket's going to hang. And also keep in mind, we were talking about sleeves. When I mentioned sleeves, how are you going to wear this jacket? Now, some of you live in a beautiful warm places like California, Florida, Michigan in the summer, but we're making a fall jacket. And you might be wearing a lightweight blouse or knit top like what I'm wearing here under your jacket. So you have to consider what size you're going to cut, especially in the sleeve. So let's just say you find yourself wearing a lot of sweaters in the winter, or you're layering. A lot of times I'll wear maybe a tank top and a lightweight sweater and then a jacket. Well, that's not what I'm making here. I'm making this jacket as kind of my layering piece. But if you're making the jacket kind of like I did my cashmere, where you're going to use it as a jacket, you might want to cut one size up, or at least cut the sleeves one size up, because the sleeves are pretty slim fitting and you have to consider what you're going to wear under it. And that's really important. Otherwise, you're going to make a jacket. You're going to be like, I can't get it on over my sweaters, right? Do the designs. I'm not sure what that means, Bev. You got to love spell check. All right, you got it. Hashtag Wolfpack. Whoever puts in hashtag Wolfpack, one person is going to win a PDF file. Good luck. I'll draw it at the end here. The PDF pattern, I should say. All right. Good morning, Marcia. Great to see you. Okay. I still have not seen anyone guess what I'm going to do, and I think I'm going to blow your mind. And we're going to do it together because a lot of you have asked how to embroider on lace in the first place. Oh, that's funny. I'm so glad you guys met. How fun, right? Oh, thanks, Julia. Oh, whatever Bev asked, Patty understood you. She says yes. All right. A lot of you are getting it. I'm just going to scroll through for the last few questions and then. Oh, I agree, Lois. Like when you can do that nose sew, which I do the nose sew a lot, but I used to never be able to see exactly what it looked like unless you use software. All right, sorry about the lights going on and off, but they're hitting my glasses. And if I want to read all of your comments, I know I can make this bigger. Hold on. There we go. Much better. Now I can see what you're writing. Cindy, my app is not working. Should I delete and reinstall? You know, I don't know if I have patterns on the app, Cindy. I don't have any of the PDF patterns on the app because the app is separate than Angela Wolf Patterns. Now, I got a couple emails last week of people saying, I want to order off the app, which is different than the website. They're two different locations. The app was created for fabric stash sales and when I want to get rid of fabric. I do have a few patterns on there, but I think everything is on Angela Wolf Patterns. If you order from both sites, just leave a note. I have 2 orders and I refund one of your shippings. They're 2 different websites, so they can't talk to each other. Oh, you're going to like quilting? Nope, I'm not. It's going to be embroidery. I'll give you a hint. Touch of, that's your hint, what I'm going to be adding to the tweet. I think it's going to look amazing. Well, actually, I think Karen's kind of right because I think she knows what I meant. How to make the collar smaller. Hey, Linda. Yeah, no problem. Let me take you over here real quick. I think it's on this camera, right? There we go. All right, I'll take you over there and show you how to make the collar smaller. Maybe. There you go. I'll leave your comment up so anybody popping in is like, what is she doing? We're making the collar smaller. All right, so there's 2 things you have to change if you're going to make your collar smaller. So you have the facing piece. Well, actually 3 things. There's your facing. We'll just say it looks kind of like that. Then here's your collar. Wow, this is a good sketch, isn't it? That's the center back of your collar. There's your facing. And then you also have the front of your jacket, which looks exactly like this, except it's bigger. Okay? So on the facing and the jacket piece, if you want to make that whole front opening smaller, all you have to do is try on your muslin. Like I would make this out of a practice piece of fabric first, just to see how much you want to take out of it. So if you want this whole area here to be a little bit narrower, measure right here from right here. And then you'll draw a line, but you want this to be even at the bottom. You don't want to cut any of that off or you're going to lose the width of your jacket. So cut right there, and that's it, right? However much you cut off of here, you don't have to cut the same on your collar. So imagine this part of your collar is usually sewn in right here. But you're going to need to cut off some of this, otherwise your collar is going to match your edge here. So I would recommend however much you cut off here, measure from here to here, and cut the same thing off of your collar. So that's going away, and that's going away. Now when you attach your collar, it will probably come to about here, and you made that entire piece a little narrower. So you'd have to do that on the collar. Let me double check my math here. I'm pretty sure it is. You'd have to do it on the collar and the undercollar. So that would be the outside, not the center back, but the outside of the collar and the undercollar. And then you'd also have to do it on your jacket, front jacket, and front jacket facing. Okay, what else would you have to do it on? Your interfacing. So your interfacing, however much you cut off of your collar, which is going to have interfacing on it, and so is your facing piece, you have to cut the same thing off of your interfacing. Does that make sense? Are you going to put something at the bottom or on the tie? Nope. I'm actually going to use my Touch of Couture designs. Do you remember? We haven't used those in ages. I wonder if I still have. All right, hold on a second. I'm going to bring this up just to bring it so you can look at that picture again. I'll be right back. I'm just wondering if I still have that green jacket up here or if it's downstairs. If it's downstairs, I won't go get it because I'm organizing and the place looks like a hot mess right now. Green jacket, where are you? Remember the one that I put all the beautiful trim on? Nope, I don't see it. So it must be downstairs. But I will bring it up for you in the newsletter to show you, to remind you. But it's the Touch of Lace. Now, I designed that collection to have a whole bunch of, I wonder if I can bring it up here for you now. Let me see. Because I think it's going to look amazing. I designed it where you could go around corners. You can go around curves. And you can have long sections. And the whole idea of it was to design a couture trim, like think of Chanel. Design it, you would embroider it on top of tulle and then attach it to the jacket, just like Karen said, with kind of thread painting. And a lot of you have asked, show me how to do that. And I know I showed it a little bit in the Fashion Sewing Club, but we didn't have everything on it. Marlene, you're close. I'm going to do trim. I'm thinking about also embroidering the sleeve with like a black design. Everything's going to be black to match the blue. So take a look at the fabric again. I'll bring that up for you, and I'll just use your imagination on here. And I know the blue is hard to see, so I'll just use this one here. So if this is the front of my jacket, let's just say, and I have a black lace trim, I'm pretending that this is what it looks like. It's kind of like, it's not going to be straight like a box. It's going to be curved. This will be the front. This would be straight, and then, you know, the design, whatever design I pick, I don't know. I have to play with them a little bit. And it will be designed with black thread, though. So this will have black on here or black on the blue. So it'll just be very subtle where you look at it and go, whoa, what is that? That looks really cool. And I think I'm going to have it go all the way along the facing. So it will show here as it hangs open. And then all the way along the sleeves. I haven't decided. Yeah, I'll do the sleeves. I was thinking almost of making it a vented sleeve instead of the tie. I haven't made up my mind on that yet. And then so it'll go all the way down the front and around the bottom hem. So that's what I'm thinking. First, I'm going to start with the facing to see how that looks first. Oh, Charlene, your birthday is like in a couple days. Happy birthday. You got it, Cindy. You all know me well. Paula, happy belated birthday. That's right. A few days ago. And you're welcome, Jan. You made my day. Those are such wonderful gifts. All right. Any other questions for me? I'm going to bring up the screen for the drawing, and I'm also going to bring up the screen so you can vote on which embroidery design I should use. So hold on one second. Let me bring you there. If the internet's working today, we can share a screen. If it's not, we can't because it's a pain. Here you go. Right here. So there's Angela with Pattern. Some of you asked where that is. Let me bring. Oh, I can't bring that out or you won't be able to hear me. So let's see. I think under here, it's under Embroidery Collections. And I'll let you guys vote. So this is the first collection, which that would look pretty cool on there. But this is the one I'm thinking of. So there's the green jacket. See, I didn't even have to find it. See how I did that on the trim? So I'm thinking of changing the sleeves for this one into this style here instead of with the little tie. I haven't made up my mind yet. I will play with it. I'm going to make a muslin first just to kind of check to see what I like. But I think these are all the designs. Yeah. So you can make these any color, but I'm thinking something in the realm of this one on the far right. It's kind of straight, but it has little diamond images in it. There's a lot in that collection. This is just a little preview. I also like this center one. And I haven't really embroidered those much, even since the collection came out. And they all have like one long corner, and then they have a bunch of little pieces to go with it. So like here's another. These right here I thought would look kind of cool on there. This one would too. I wanted to add a softness to the stark of the tweed and the plaid. I don't know. What do you think? Although this one looked awfully good on a jacket. Oh, that was the big one. That looked cool. Not flowers, but something like this. I just think that that would look really cool with a black. Maybe a black with a beige. I don't know. I'm going to embroider a few pieces. I'll post some photos and then you guys can vote on it. How's that? All right. So let me bring up for the giveaway. Wrong one. Here we go. I'll make sure I have this in here. So it's collecting your hashtag Wolfpack. There's a lot of you already. I think it would be cool, Mari. And so, okay, I'm going to play with the designs a little bit. What I like to do, and I'll share with you along the way, because it's kind of like a fun sew along for both of us. I'm going to embroider a couple little different designs from the Touch of Couture collection. And out of the colors, maybe, I don't know. I think you guys will see the brown better, but I like both. So I don't really need two jackets, but what the heck, I could have two jackets. I'll do one with the brown and the black and one with the black to go with navy. And I'll lay the designs out. And if I do the designs all in black, they'd work on either fabric. So I like to embroider a piece about this big and maybe a corner and then lay it on the fabric and step back and go, oh, that looks awful. Doesn't go together at all, or it looks amazing. So one or the other. Hey, Lynn. I think so too. I think so too. Marianne, I wasn't going to ask that when you said you met her at Hooker Drive, and I was like, You and Pam have a good sense of humor. Oh my gosh, that is absolutely hilarious. Oh, Marsha, I think I saw you post that on the brother thing. You're going to love it. It will bring your XP. Do you have the XP1? I think you do, because I think you were like one of the first official Luminaire purchasers ever, Marsha. You get like the high five banner. But it will turn yours into the 3. Nope, I'm not going to quilt the jacket, Trisha, because this tweed is not a quiltable tweed. It's more of a drapey tweed. So no. And it's not really a tweed. It's more, actually, tweed probably isn't even the right word. More of a houndstooth print, rayon polyester jacket fabric. Yeah. Oh, you got it, Julia. You do. Hey, Terry, that's awful nice of you. If anyone wants embroidery for free, Terry's offered it free for the Wolf Pack. Just send her a message. Everybody's saying thank you, thank you. Hey, Steve, how are you? The Wolf Pack says hi to you. My brother is recovering from surgery. Sitting at the pool, I would guess, right, Steve? Yep, Mill, 20-inch on the tricot interfacing. So a couple of things you want to keep in mind. Check the width of the fabric. Now, the pattern gives you the length for whatever width you have to buy for your interfacing. And if you have questions, you can always email me. Because there are some good ones and there are some that aren't so good. Oh, yes. I forgot about that, Susan. Clovis did a great color blocking one. Oh, Karen, last time I used the wrong interfacing. So did you use a couple things with interfacing, which we will be putting that on together in the next week. A couple things with the interfacing. You have to make sure that you lay it on the fabric and you lift and hold the iron and it secures really good. Otherwise, what happens is when you go to wash it, it might pick away from your fabric. But I'm going to give a lot of tips on that next week. I don't know what could have gone wrong unless it was not quality interfacing, but try to think any times I've had that happen. Let me put some thought into that, Karen. And if you want to leave me more details about that, I can answer that tomorrow in Fashion Sewing Club at the end with our Q&A. And that way I can help you out on that. Oh, that's pretty hot, Lynn. Oh, Terry, you're not going to be wearing a sweater under your Chloe trench either. All right, I think I got, oh, wait, let's see. Are you going to do lace sleeves? No. Oh, wow, Jody, that would look amazing. And I got your message. I've not replied. The fabric swatch that I sent you, Jody, was from the knit top I was wearing. Not, I had the 2 tops, the 2 Delilahs. I was wearing one and I was holding one. So it's not the soft teak. The soft teak is a whole different texture. So I meant to email you back. So I should just have like a 1-hour session to reply. But if you would like a swatch from that soft teak that you were looking at, just let me know and I'll stick it in the mail. You'd have it by tomorrow. You're just down the road, a couple hours. Embroidery on the sleeves, like lace sleeves, would look really cool on that Chloe trench. Talk about that's what I'm doing. Embroider on lace and then sewing the lace on the sleeve. That's exactly what I'm going to do, Patty. Just like I did to the green jacket. Oh, you got it. Okay, good, Cindy. Ooh, steampunk look? That would be kind of a steampunk. Bev, which scan and cut do you recommend? Okay, so a couple of things, Bev, with the scan and cut. Try to remember, do you have the Luminaire? Remind me. And do you want Disney? because if you want Disney, you're going to want one that ends with a D for Disney. If you want an inexpensive one, you can buy one at like Amazon has some. I think Costco even. I've seen some. I don't know if I saw one at Joann's even, but each one has different capabilities. So keep in mind, do you want to use the fabric mat? Do you want to be able to have your luminaire talk to your scan and cut with the new My Connection? Then there's only a couple models that fall in that category, which I love that, by the way. And if you didn't, Bev, I don't know if you saw when I did the little Carter Tooth Fairy pillow. I can't show it to you because I mailed it to Carter because I know he's going to lose a tooth any day. But that was using My Connection, where the scan and cut talks to the luminaire. There are only a couple models that works with. So if you want, you can call me. I can give you some more tips on that. You can always use the USB though, but if they talk to each other, you can actually turn something from the luminaire into an applique and send it to your scan and cut to cut. It's very nice. You had it, Amy. You had it. Oh, I heard you posted jeans in the Facebook group. I haven't seen them yet, so I'm going to have to check these out. Oh, couching would look cool. You guys have a lot of good ideas. There you are, Karina. Great to see you. Susan, you had it too. A Touch of Couture. That's the second collection. That's what I'm going to be using. I just saw somebody ask, is there a discount? Of course there's a discount. Hold on a second. So Fashion Sewing Club always has a discount. You have 25% off this month of any, so that would include the lace collection, interfacing, muslin fabric. The codes are in the Fashion Sewing Club website, so you have to go in there and get those. It also includes 10% off sale items on the, what do you call it? The app. But hold on. I know that not everybody's in the Fashion Sewing Club, so I have another discount. It won't be quite as big as theirs, but you'll like it. So let me see. I just got a message of what it is because last week I forgot to give it to you. All right. Hold on a second. It's coming through. Come on. It doesn't know it's me. Okay. Gotta love double identity. I mean, it's good for you, but Karen, touch of lease, not lace. I know, I like that touch of lease. Touch of lease. All right, so here's the coupon code for everyone else that's not in the Fashion Sewing Club. And this will give you 15% off, okay? And I'm going to call it "15 School." And this will work on the Angela Wolf Patterns app. Okay? I mean, Angela Wolf Patterns website. I will get the one up on the app too. So, but it will not work on sale items. Discount, 15% off, and it will expire. How long would you like? How about it'll expire on Wynn's birthday, which is September 13th. Okay? So, and you can use it on any category or anything, clappers, anything you want in the Angela Wolf Patterns website. So I'll just put that right here. And I'll bring it up so you can see it. Hey, Wanda, great to see you. On the muslin demo tryout, do we try the interfacing steps? No, you skip those. So when you make a muslin, you literally just want to sew together. You don't even have to sew together the facing. You want to sew together the front pieces, the back pieces, one collar. You don't need both, and your sleeves. That's it. You don't need your facing pieces or the back facing. You don't need any of those. It's just to get the fit. And that way, if you want to make your collar skinnier, whatever you do to that outside piece, you'll cut off of the facing. Same with the collar. Does that help, Cindy? Hey, Susan, you're totally right. Shirley, if you want to win the PDF of the Chloe Trench, I think next week I'm going to give away a Touch of Couture lace collection. That'll be next Wednesday. Now, If you purchase it between today, like right now, and next week, and you win, I will refund it. But if you bought it like a year ago, I can't do that. But if you purchase it from today all the way till next Wednesday when I draw, I'm going to give away a Touch of Lace collection, embroidery collection, to one lucky winner. And that's a PDF. Oh, not PDF, it's downloadable. So it could be anywhere, anybody that wins it, anywhere in the country, and it works on any embroidery machine. It was, Susan. It took me a while. Oh, yes. Hey, thanks, Amy. What top do I have on today? Zena, I have on, this is that Twisted Sister one. I don't know if you can see it, but you really can't. I ruched one side and ruched the other, and the whole top twists around. I think we did it in Fashion Sewing Club, Zena. I'll have to check. And the fabric is a rayon that I purchased from Vogue Fabrics in their sale bin a while back. Marianne, yeah. I actually think I have a video for you on how to do the lining, but I will explain how to as well and how to cut it. I remember, Lynn. It was great to see you. Well, now you guys are going to have me busy. I'm going to have to embroider a bunch of little pieces and kind of place them around. Wait, what about this piece here? Hold on. Let me bring you back. I'm looking over at my cutting table. Oh, remember this? That was from collection 1. I think that might be too big, but let's go see what it looks like on the fabric. But it'll give you an idea of what I was talking about, because I was saying I'm going to embroider black on black tulle. And that way it can go on the fabric. So let's see what this looks like over on the fabric. So I'm going to embroider a couple little pieces of the whole collection. And then I can take it and lay this, because you can't, the tulle was going to be cut away. So I embroidered on tulle. I put it on the fabric. I'll do just like a free motion to make this stay on the fabric and then trim away the tulle. So that's a little bit much, but that's awfully pretty, by the way. I wonder what it looks like on the blue. Yeah, that's beautiful. But I don't want to have it quite that big. I'm going for more subtle. But this is kind of the idea, the concept. Embroider little pieces, lay it on the fabric, see what it looks like. That was from collection 1. All right. How far are you from Grand Rapids? Me, myself, and I? Like an hour, 45 minutes, something like that, Lynn. Why, are you going to Grand Rapids? Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's the jacket and the embroidery. The jacket is the Chloe trench. And the embroidery, that embroidery right there is from collection number 1. So if you go to my website, there's 2 collections I did with dime. Oh, you're talking to Cindy. Yeah. Hey, by the way, Cindy, did you go to that? Wasn't there an event in Grand Rapids recently? The quilt show or something like that? I couldn't go because I had a fishing tournament. Oh, this one? Are you talking about this sleeve, Janet? I think I did, but I can show you again if you want. Oh, you guys are loving it. That's fantastic. Debbie, will you be showing us how to embroider the designs on the jacket? Yes, I will, because Debbie, I'm going to embroider on tulle and then bring that tulle to the jacket. And for a few reasons. One, if you have ever embroidered a huge long trim, which I have, and I got to like halfway, almost finished, and something didn't work. I don't know if I broke a needle or I did something. I don't know. Something that happens to everyone or anyone. And I could not get that design back lined up the way I wanted to, no matter what I did. Now, this is before the Luminaire. Now I have the projector, but I could still have scanned it in, and not everybody has that technology. I have found embroidering the trim myself, like almost making my own trim, if it's embroidering on ribbon or, I don't know, chiffon, anything like that, and using that as the base. Then if I screw up, I just toss it. Yeah. I think the mailman's here. I just heard my Ring doorbell go off. Oh, hey, Pam. You can send me an email. For speaking of email, I don't know if you guys got the message last week, but I found out the problem. And unfortunately, it's been going on for since June. 2 months. Anyone who has a Gmail account, if you've emailed me, I have replied, but Gmail blocked it. Now I've gotten that fixed. It was a DNS record that needed to be changed with some new changes that came about that I did not know about. My IT person should be fired. But if you have a Gmail account and you have emailed me and you did not get a reply as of last week, everything's fine. But in the previous, I can't really go back and figure out who didn't get the emails. So please email me again, and you can send me an email right here. I'll bring it up for you. I would love to do a jeans class with you, Pam. I think it's here. Hold on. I got it for you. There you go. Just send an email there. And I think it's fixed. Ask Angela at angelawolfpatterns.com. Yeah. All right. You got to love it when your brother's hanging out watching your show. Hey, Steve, I got something very cool I just made your kids, but I can't show it to you because it's for a project for brother 2 months from now. So you'll just have to stay tuned. Oh, Karina, that's a good idea. Also, by the way, when we get into interfacing next week, I do actually use a lot of steam on my interfacing. I do. Oh, Jan says hi to you too. Remember meeting Jan? Judy. Okay, Judy, I did reply to you and I did see one of your emails. So let me go back in there and check it this afternoon, okay? I will double check that. Yeah, what a mess, right? 2.5 months worth of emails. I finally pulled my hair out last week after 2.5 hours of replying. And then I went and looked in my junk box and they all were returned. I'm like, that's it. So I called my friends at GoDaddy and they fixed it. Hey, Mill, by the way, don't forget to do your update, though. It's free. The update is free. Happy anniversary, Bev. How many years? Cindy says, it's your anniversary, girl. Get the biggest one that you want. The one with all the bells and whistles. All right. So let me do the drawing, and I'll go through it. If I missed anybody's questions, I will go back through. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, here's the discount code. 15, capital letters, school, if you want 15% off of Angela Wolf Patterns. I'll get that working on the app as well. Fashion Sewing Club, you've got your own. And don't forget, I will see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, talking about darts. There's a lot of information about darts. So I think you're going to love tomorrow's lesson. And then we're going to do a sew along with the beautiful lace trim. Not on the jacket, something different. Okay, I think that's good. You guys are all doing your hashtag Wolfpack. Let me bring this up for you so we can see who wins. I'm making sure I'm not missing anybody else. Jody has a question. How can I find how to add a V-neck band on the Fashion Sewing Club lessons? Also could not find the different collars. Hey, so Jody, tomorrow in Fashion Sewing Club, I will give a tutorial at the beginning on how to scan, because there's hundreds of videos. There's a search box when you go into the Fashion Sewing Club website. At the top left, there's like a little search icon where you can type in V-neck. And right underneath that, it'll open up a little window of chapters and lessons of anything that I've listed under a V-neck. You can also do that for any topic. And I'll go look up and see exactly where it is too and show it to you tomorrow. But if you go in the Fashion Sewing Club, go under search and type in V-neck. And type in V-neck with a dash and then type in, I would think I would use a dash, V-neck or collars, anything like that. And a window will open up below and you can scroll down that window of all the different chapters. So I hope that helps. Paula, if the fabric is on sale, will the coupon work? Oh, yeah. So the 25% from the Fashion Sewing Club will not work, Paula, but the Fashion Sewing Club has an extra 10%. I think I'm not going to give you the coupon code because it's for the club. But if you go in there, go under where it says app, and it'll give you a code. And then it said if it's on sale, use this code, and you get an extra 10% off of anything on sale. Make sense? Oh, Shirley, use that lace. Oh, that would be gorgeous on the bottom of a top. Marianne, why would we chalk out and embroider before cutting versus cutting and lining and embroidering? You're chalking and embroidering first, because if your fabric has any elasticity or stretch or spandex, and when you wear it, you need some of that stretch. Once you do the embroidery, then you can lay the fabric nice, press it. I would put the interfacing in before I do the embroidery. So like if I have a sleeve, I will just cut my piece of fabric a little bit wider. That way I can interface that entire piece. Now, you're not interfacing an entire sleeve, but if it was a collar or something like that, add your interfacing. But you don't know if it's going to shrink up a little bit. All those stitches might just make your fabric shrink just an itsy bitsy bit. And depending on how fitted your jacket is, that could be a problem. That's why. All right. You guys can keep asking your questions away too. And at the end of Fashion Sewing Club, I'll make sure I open up more Q&A too for any of this as well. I see somebody asking about California. Yes, California is in January. Houston is in October. Don't forget, those are in-person classes. And I do have one spot left for the class coming up in September. The class filled, and then I had one spot open. So that's the last week in September. If you want to know about any of that, it's a whole week long. We're sewing a jacket, a top, and pants, very casual wardrobe, and doing wardrobe planning there. It's very limited in size, so everyone gets the ultimate attention, and sewing machines are supplied. I have all my Brother machines here that you'll be using. What difference would you use the embroidery on tulle versus the stretchy mesh? So the stretchy mesh is more for a garment, Shirley. The tulle I can use as trim to put on a garment or as a sleeve. So the mesh is a little thicker and it's a little more durable for garments, I have found. It's not as see-through though. So two totally different applications. I'm with you, Stacy. Totally better. Totally better. I remember reading one time, somebody's like, never steam your interfacing. I was thinking, I've been doing this for like 10 years on garments. That's the only way to get that stuff to stick. But every brand is different. So you just never know. 53 years, Bev. That's awesome. All right. Is that okay? I think I got everybody's questions. I'm just making sure anybody that rolled in at the end, I didn't miss you. What type of tulle? I just use inexpensive tulle. I mean, it comes in like a gazillion colors. You can get it at any fabric store. I've got a ton here. Every color, I think. I'll use a color that matches my garment. So if I use black embroidery thread, I might use black tulle. I could also use see-through. It doesn't matter. I kind of thought I'd use black though, just because it would kind of give it a little hint of black and light black on the fabric. But we'll have to see. Oh, Mary Enos, I'm so sorry. I'm glad you're recovering from surgery though. All right, I think I got it all. All right, let's do the drawing. Wait, one more. Lynn, what do you got for me? Oh, there you go. To Mary. Everybody loved Mary. Great to see you, by the way. And it's so nice to see you. Extra prayers for a quick recovery. So Shirley, I like both though. I mean, I really like both. I use the tulle all the time. You've seen it. I have sleeves. I have sleeves on a jacket. They both are great. The one thing I like about the mesh, like my Linda tunic, I did one. I think the Bella, where I made a nice blue Santi sleeve. That turned out great too, because then it just had a little bit better drape. All right, let's bring this up. We'll do the draw. for the PDF pattern of the Chloe trench. And the winner is, drum roll, Steve, I'm going to crack up if you win this, Marianne Tamburello. Tamburello, what a beautiful last name. Marianne, congratulations. Congratulations, you're watching on YouTube. So if you would send me an email, ask Angela at Angela Wolf Patterns. I would love to send you that PDF pattern. PDF pattern includes a size 0 all the way to 5X. So the pattern is available in print and PDF. Marianne just won the PDF. And next week, we're going to give away the Lace Collection, Couture Collection, number 2. And if you purchase from today all the way till next week, I will just refund if you're one of the winners. How's that? All right, everyone. I hope you have a fantastic day. Fashion Sewing Club members, I'm so excited to see you tomorrow at 1. I've got a really fun day planned for you. Everybody's saying, congratulations. Congratulations. It's always fun to do giveaways. All right, everyone. Have a great day. Get your pattern cut out. Try it on. Decide if you're going to make your collar wider or smaller. Check your fit. All those things. There's a ton of videos on my YouTube channel regarding the Chloe trench with fit and things like that. There's also some in the Fashion Sewing Club. Go back, watch some of those reruns if you need help. I'm going to try to make this one a little different than the last 2, so it's not like Groundhog Day, if you know what I mean, right? We can't have any more of that. All right, everyone, have a great day. Talk to you soon. Angela Wolf here, over and out. Bye.